voiceover, but it's not playing the way I wanted to. I tried editing it. Again, I'm new to editing. So what I found with Boog is when you're leading him, he wants you on his left side with a halter on him and not on his right side, which obviously that's normal. You see how he's facing up to me right now? On the ground, he wants me on his right eye, not his left eye. So we're working in this little small area. It connects through here into the barn. The reason is, in the round pen, he's jumping at the fence and stuff. His face is all cut up. His legs are all cut up because he doesn't want to work. In this small of an area, he doesn't really have the leverage to get the speed to charge at the panel yet. No, you don't. No, you don't. So if you'll see, I have a whip on me. I'm going to go onto his right side and swing, and he moves off. He doesn't move off completely, but we're still working on it. And if I do this and go to his butt and say, whoop, good boy, yeah, good boy. Now, you'll see if I try to go to the left side, he almost blocks me and says, no, do not enter the left side. So I come back over and I ask him to move his butt. Now I'm going to back up, take some pressure off. I don't want him to follow. So I don't want him in by this fence either. So what I'm trying to do is get on this side, have him face up. He's getting really, really good about moving his butt away. So since he faced up, I'm going to give him a second. Think about it. The reason I haven't been doing uploads is my phone case protector broke, and I'm getting another one next Monday. So my phone is a Note 5. It's really slippery, it's really fragile, it's really thin. It doesn't really hold up on its own very well, so I'm just afraid to film with it without it breaking with the wind, because it always falls with the case with the wind. So yeah, so you can see he's letting me on the left side right now, but if I send him off, all I want him to do is kind of go in a circle around me and come in with me. He leaves. Now the reason I'm letting him leave is because earlier he wouldn't even leave. He would turn his butt completely around, go the opposite circle, and then leave, and that's not what I want. So let's see if I can get him to back up from a distance. Good boy. So now, you'll see if I try to go on the left side. Oh good, he left. But he leaves in a hurry. And I'm being very subtle, very quiet. He always goes to this corner, so I just kind of smack the whip on the ground a little rough and say, move your butt. I want you in the corners. Whoa. Let's go for his butt. Sorry if the filming's whack. I'm trying to look at him and the video. There. Now, switch my hand. I didn't even move right there. And I'm going to go on the right side. Just pick up the stick, and he ran through. So now, he gets to run. Sometimes he's bad on his left side on the ground without anything on. Most of the time it's his, or on his right side. Most of the time it's his left side. Trying to film and talk and do this all by myself, so forgive me. Now, I want his face in and his butt out. There, I just cut him off and said, don't keep going forward. Pay attention. Thank you. So I'm going to let him think about that. I'm going to back off for a minute. I'm going to breathe out and step sideways. I know you guys can't see me. So, I'm going to ask him to leave. Now it's his right side. Now he wants to play games. We're going to play games. For anybody worrying about me running him in a small area, he does it all the time by himself. He's fine. He knows his footing. He knows his area. What I'm saying is, if you're not going to let me on the sides that I want to be on, you have to work more. Whoa. Let him poop. Okay, now I'm going to ask him to yield his butt. And catch his eye. Whoa. Good boy. Now, it's normally not the right side on the ground. But I have been out here for a half hour, so he might be getting tired of me on his right side. So I just go on the right side and pick up the stick, and he leaves off very good. Whoa. If I ask him to yield, he yields. Whoa. I don't want him coming in really, really tight, because earlier he actually almost did run between me and the fence. I was actually up against the fence, swinging the rope, and he was about 2 seconds from running me over. I'm swinging the whip at his face. It barely tapped him on the nose, and at the last second, he decided to turn away, so I left I left this area for a good 5 minutes and said, good, you decided not to run me over like you normally do, so you can have a bigger rest. Now, if you see, if I try to go on the left side, what does he do? He yields his butt the other way, swings his butt, and then he blocks me with his head. Go on this side and see what I mean? So I don't want that. Don't want him walking off. Whoa. Back up. Let's establish some respect here, big guy. So I'm going to back up. And I'm going to kind of... Would you stop coming in? I did not ask you in. I'm going to back up and go sideways. See how he keeps coming in? He does not want me on that left side. Stand. So, as I was trying to say, what I've been doing, I'm not going to do it always. Stay back. I didn't hit him. I just cracked it. I've been doing is kind of inching my way back and going at an angle to that left side and pushing him off. So he left, but he left in a hurry. But he did let me get on that left side and leave. So I will leave him alone for a minute to think about that. Eventually, I'll start chasing him until he wants to slow down. But since this is the first day doing it in this small of an area, I'm going to leave it at that. It's 7:30. It's a half hour before feeding time. So I hope you guys enjoyed the little update. And I don't know. I just found it interesting that under halter, he wants you on the left side, not the right. But on the ground, without anything on, he wants you on the right mostly. See if you see his right side is facing me right now. But he doesn't want you on the left. And he's nodding his head. Yeah. So he's got all cut up on his face and on his legs. He's been jumping around pin panels, figuring out where the corners are. I have some help to fix that by straightening out the panels and making it a circle. He knows what hot wire is. I'm not going to plug it in. I'm just going to put the wire around the panel so he thinks it's hot wire. It's just going to be a while before we do that because their schedule's not free right now or anytime soon. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the little update.